So hey everyone and welcome back to the vlog. So I haven't fully uploaded the last vlog yet, but by the time this is fully recorded and uploaded, the last vlog should be uploaded and premiered. So we are in a new town, obviously, and we'll be taking you along with us. So if you've seen the very old version of Les Miserables, not the new version. The new version is placed in the UK, but the very original version movie of Les Mis is based in this city. We are currently in Sarayat, and we're trying to find the center village, as like the center plus basically. So that's where we're heading to first. So this is the start of the center of the village. Right, it's a bit like downtown basically. With all it's not as much shops as the usual village, but it is still the center of the village. So right here, usually is the fountain of Silkmore. Look at how clear the water is. There's Silkmore up there. You go down here, right in this big door. So this used to be a church. Now the church is gone. Inside they converted into a small marketplace, which I thought is cute. So the street right up here, if you can see where I'm pointing to, that's the street where Les Mis was filmed. Parts of it basically, of the original Les Mis movie. So that's all this was Salat. We're entering to the marketplace. These are dried sausage, the alcohol, nuggets, cakes, fruits, and more alcohol. So a small introduction. So this church right here, there is 3 churches that is combined into one. One is just right here on my left. Then the main church is in the middle, and the third church is right at the back of this side church, and after that they combine into one church. So a small introduction. So this church right here, there is 3 churches that is combined into one. One is just right here on my left. Then the main church is in the middle, and the third church is right at the back of this side church, and after that they combine into one church. So right here is the middle of the church. Then right at the end, right there, this part is the end of the church. So a lot of the churches here in Europe, they're all round shape at one end, and it's flat down on the other end. And this is the back because of the round dome. And that's the bell right up there. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. So now we are on the ground of the gardens. We have to get the tickets to enter, but that's not a big deal. But we are going to see what the difference between this garden and the other gardens that we see with the chateau and the churches. They're all, so this one was first the garden was first made by the French. Then the English took over to control how the garden was shaped. Then it went back into the French handling. So the little history here So this house, I don't know what the house is, but the house was built, actually the castle was built in 1660 on the ruins of an older castle by Antoine de Costes, the Cabernet, and is the first consul of the Presidial of Salad. And in the 18th century, this garden was built and like more created, and it still can be seen today. And it is restored to their original state, and they are considered to be one of the finest examples of the French-style garden. So we'll be heading in to see how it is. So we have just entered. There's a rooster there, garden, a huge one. And so this is on the right is the first section of the garden. Avenue of the hornbeams. And we are entering the garden. Hopefully we don't fall. See how neatly the grass patch is like cut. Even like the branches are cut into like it's so spectacular. And look at that. It's like Alice in a Wonderland. Way. And now we're going into the Chinese pagoda. It's interesting. This side is only sand. Then we go that side where the alley of the chambers is like totally grass. And all these branches has like moss like growing on it. It's totally unusual. So a lot of these lawns, you are not actually allowed to go like on it, except for this one. There's a signage that it says authorized visits, like authorized to go on the lawn. So that's what we're gonna do. So, and around the corner from here, there should be a manor, like a manor, like in the English terms, is like a grand house where somebody lives in it to like upkeep the garden. So they're not the gardeners, but they are the owner of this like land, basically. So these arches right here, it is the last like arches from the English garden built in the 19th century, and this is the only ones remaining from the garden. And now we are arriving on the grounds of the manor. The stairs, there's a pond, statues, and right here is the house that owns the land, basically owns the garden actually. So our next stop is actually the Roman chapel before we head anywhere else. So this side it is considered the out manor. So that right here is the main like housing, and I guess out here is like for like family members who comes and visit. So here's the one of the ponds, and the other side, so this one is also a pond. So a little bit of other explanation. So this, you can see how unnatural they cut the trees, but this whole garden basically has one source of water, and this is a well actually, now that it's covered with moss, but this is one of the source of water that goes for this particular garden, if you guys understand. So another thing about this well, so that well is also a place for washing clothes and plates, I think. I don't know whether they wash plates there, but I know they wash clothes there. But they only wash their laundry, so actually stretch what the washing place, but they only wash their clothes there twice a year, and they have help from their neighbors, but otherwise all their clothes is only washed like twice a year. The way that they do their garden is so cute. So this one is long beans, that is sweet peas, this is coriander. I'm not sure about the others, but I think the one after the big leaves is strawberries. I might be wrong. And then the one in the furthest, that is thyme. And now we are walking into the Japanese garden. Like, besides that one torii that is up there, the garden doesn't really look that Japanese for me, at least for me.